Okay, so I'm going to show you how to hook up the Nova system to the effects loop the right way. Because in the manual and all the information online is incorrect. I spoke to one of the TC electronics technical support people, and the guy was able to tell me the right way. If you're having issues to where you can't use the knobs on your preamp, this will fix it. So, what you want to do is go from your line input to your send on the amp, and then you want to go from the left out to FX return on your amp right there. So you do not want to plug your guitar in the line in, and that's what the manual and all the information online tells you to do. You just plug your amp into the input on your amp, just like it's supposed to be. So do not plug your amp into the Nova system, and this way you'll be able to control your volume, EQ, and etc. on the preamp. And let me show you. And if you have any volume issues with this, if you're not getting any volume, you want to hit the level button right here, the very first one, level menu. This is the global volume overall for everything. So I just have mine set to negative 20 dB. So you want to make sure you have that up. If it's on negative 100, you're not going to have any volume. So, and then you got your input gain, which is from the guitar. So you want to have that set. There's a video online through TC how to do that. See here. And when you hook the Nova system in the effects loop, you want to make sure you have the level input set on line. If you do drive, that's if you have the amp. I'm sorry, that's if you have the pedal in front of the amp. And then I'd recommend to have the advance on. And then once you have the advance on, you can set the output volume, such as what's coming out of my amplifier in the cab here. I do not recommend 20 dB because that is too high of an output range for a guitar. So I keep mine roughly in the middle there. So just a quick overview. You want to take a cable from the line in to the FX send, and another cable from the left input, the left out, to the FX return on the combo amp to have it all set for the effects loop, running through the effects loop. And you want to make sure you have the input set to line on your Nova system, and have all your levels set and etc. And to make things easy, you can get a volume pedal and plug it in the Nova system. And if you go to, I believe it's pedal, let me see here. Yeah, right here. If you had a volume pedal, plug it in the pedal input there, and you can set it to global volume, and then you can roll that back and forth, and that will control the volume. Also, if you're having an issue to where every time you power the Nova system on and off, and it always goes to negative 100 dB, which is zero volume, you just want to make sure. Let me go back here. You want to make sure that you have this set to G switch, and then right here whatever global volume you leave this at should be saved when you power it on and off. So that should solve that issue. If you're doing that, it shouldn't be a power source issue or anything. Just make sure you have that on G switch, unless you have a volume pedal, and then you can set it to global, but set it to G switch. If not, and then it's just the menu button, and that should save. So I hope this video has helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, as I'm still learning about this Nova system. I hope you were able to understand how to hook the Nova system up correctly into the effects loop. I highly recommend that, unless you want to use the drive function, but once you set it in line, you can't use the drive. The drive sounds better when it's in front of the amp. And one more last thing, if people are wondering if they're keeping the Nova system in the effects loop and you want to have your distortion or overdrive pedals or boost pedals, and you're wondering how to run that in front of the amp while it's in the effects loop, well, since the correct way is not to have the guitar plugged in the Nova system, and the correct way is to have your guitar plugged in the input, so you're all set. If you have your distortion or boost pedals, you just have the very last one from the out of the pedal going into the input of the amp, and then your guitar will go into the input of the very first pedal that you have in that chain, and those will all run into the front of the amp, and then you still have your Nova system plugged in the FX loop. So, well, that's all. Hope this video has helped. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you and have a good one.